Welcome to What to Do When, a podcast from real lawyers with real perspective, where we explore a variety of legal issues and scenarios. Each week, we focus on a new topic and discuss what to do when and if any of these legal scenarios ever happen to you or a loved one. With over 40 years of combined legal experience, our hosts offer their unique perspectives and insights on a range of real-life legal situations.
Thanks for joining us here at Critzer Cardani for another podcast. I'm Jackie.
I'm Scott. Jackie, what's on the docket for today?
What to do when you have a warrant for your arrest.
Ooh.
Yeah. First of all, how do you, and this is a dumb question, how do you know there's a warrant for your arrest?
Sometimes you don't. That's the really scary thing. Sometimes all of a sudden you get a knock on your door and they're there to pick you up.
Oh, yeah. Or at a traffic stop.
Or it's traffic stops are a little different. Normally, you're not going to be arrested on a traffic stop. It's usually a summons. There's a difference between a warrant and a summons. I won't get into real detail. Warrants, summons are you're going to be released, but you're going to be told what your crime is. You were speeding.
No, but I mean, if you're being pulled over and there's a warrant for your arrest during the traffic stop, right? Then you're going to go bye-bye. You're going to the pokey.
You're going to the pokey.
Okay.
This is a big deal because the reason I want to talk about it, especially if you're in a smaller jurisdiction, is where it's really important. Like if it's in the city of Richmond, Henrico, Chesterfield, most of those courts have court every single day, and we don't think much about it. If you're in a small jurisdiction like Fluvanna,
Louisa,
Goochland,
Powhatan.
all those smaller jurisdictions surrounding, they may only have circuit court or general district court on a day a week. Like in Goochland, it's every Monday.
Ooh.
So, for instance, most people's instincts, and this is what I want to talk about, you get a phone call. Hello? Yeah, Mr. Cardani, we have a warrant for your arrest. When can you turn yourself in? Right? That's sort of how it happens sometimes. You get a phone call.
Okay.
And so most people go, I'll come down now, turn myself in. It's Tuesday. You may sit till Monday before anybody can get you help. And not because you're bad. The crime may be something that might be fairly minor in the sense of you may not serve a day in jail on that kind of crime. And you're going to spend a week in jail because of
your timing
and not knowing the system. So this is a really, really, really simple thing and really important. But if you have a warrant for your arrest, make sure you contact a criminal lawyer. Find out what the deal is. Get some advice and counsel. It seems wrong, and I'm not saying not to turn yourself in. Don't hear that because the judge is going to say, what are you telling people not to do something for? I'm not telling you not to turn yourself in. I am telling you to get in to talk to an attorney, find out what's going on, and create the best strategy. The first thing I did, I had a case recently in one of the smaller jurisdictions, and the first thing I did when the guy called me was I looked at the court's website, figured out when they had court.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, they only have court tomorrow.
Oh.
I've got to thread this needle really fast. So I started making all the prep calls. I called the clerk's office. I called the sheriff's office. I called the jail. Made sure that this whole thing, if my guy went out and turned himself in, number one, where he should turn himself in, where was the best place to turn himself in, and what was going to happen, and would he actually get on the docket for the next day?
Yeah.
And again, when you go to jail, just so you know, when you turn yourself in, you get a magistrate immediately, which is not a judge. It's a lower person who kind of can determine bond if he thinks it's reasonable. But a lot of those guys, some do, some don't. Some guys say, well, I can't give you a bond. I don't know enough about this case. And so hold you. That's what I'm worried about. So all of a sudden, you don't have a bond and you're sitting. So even for a seasoned attorney like me, the amount of hoops I jumped through to try to make sure this needle was threaded was not simple. I had a wonderful clerk's office who really helped me out.
Wow.
They didn't have to. I had a wonderful jail who really helped me out and gave me good information. And I was able to, I just had a sense that my guy wasn't going to be let out by the magistrate because of the nature of the charge.
Okay.
And so luckily I was there the next day. We had a bond motion already pre-filed, and my guy got bond and got out. So he had to spend a night in jail, which is still bad enough. But the point is,
it could have been many more nights.
Could have been so many more nights. And, and a lot of times the lawyer can call the Commonwealth attorney, and you can arrange when you're going to turn him in and put him on the docket, all that kind of stuff. So the point is, you can't just make your own decisions as a criminal defendant when you don't know the law, you don't know the circumstances, you don't know what you're doing.
You don't know the people involved.
You don't know the procedure. You could end up being in a situation where you're held a lot longer than you ever would have thought.
Compromising families, your income, your job. There's just so much that can go wrong when you don't seek counsel from an experienced criminal defense attorney.
I have seen it where smaller jurisdictions will purposely arrest people on Tuesday when court's Monday, so they have a week. They get to hold them for a week knowing that that's going to happen. Sure. They know that's going to happen. They can say they look me straight in the eyes. Oh, we didn't realize that was going to happen. I'm like, okay, I knew it was going to happen. And that was a jurisdiction where I had to fight. And they were like, we don't have any judges. I said, you have to constitutionally give my guy before a judge. And I made them do it. Luckily, they did it. They didn't really have to, but they're supposed to. And it's constitutional and all those kind of things. But it doesn't matter, folks. You will get held if you're not careful. And you may get held for a long time that you didn't. You know, the judge may say in the end, I'm just going to dismiss this case. They don't have enough evidence against you. And all of a sudden you're innocent till proven guilty, number one. Mm-hmm. And number two, you have a right to bail or bond. You have a right to be admitted to bail and pay a bond. Just so that terminology. I used to get corrected all the time as a young lawyer. You don't want bond, you want bail, Mr. Oh, yeah. I want admitted to bail so I can pay a bond. But anyways, do that. Call us. We're at Critzer Cardani. We have two guys very knowledgeable in criminal law here who can help you navigate.
I have a question.
Yeah.
There's no night court? Like on TV, you get no?
Not here. Maybe in New York City, but I don't know about here.
Not here. Okay.
So anyways.
That's a fallacy in at least the Central Virginia area.
There's a fallacy that people think they're going to turn themselves in and get out right away.
They're just processed.
Yeah, process. And I'm telling you, even if you go to one of the bigger jails, sometimes processing can take hours. Depending on their staff.
And if you're late in the day, that means you're going to be there till the next day.
I used to, when I was a young lawyer in the city of Richmond, and I did a lot of work in Chesterfield and Richmond, criminal work, and I tell my guys to turn themselves in like at 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to pinhole that thing where if they got held, they would only be held for a couple hours and be in front of the judge in the morning. And you got to know when the cutoff time for the magistrate's office is of when they stop processing for the next day. All those things matter, even in big jurisdictions. So, again, this is a very short video. It's meant to be short. This is about when you get arrested or you have an arrest warrant out for you and you know it, your first phone call should be to an experienced criminal defense attorney to say, hey, I have this thing. They want me to turn myself in. What do I do?
Yeah.
And let him go to work for you to try to figure out the best way to turn yourself in that makes everybody in the process happy.
Sure.
And puts you in the best position, like she said, not to lose your home, your car, your job, all that kind of stuff because you didn't realize the process and you honestly thought you were doing the right thing.
Right. Absolutely.
We've talked about in so many criminal cases, sometimes we think we're doing the right thing by giving the other side stuff that we shouldn't be giving them. So this is the same thing. Make sure you're prepared. Make sure you understand what's in front of you and make sure you understand the process so you can walk through this process and say, I'm okay.
Yep. Perfect. We appreciate you watching and listening. Be sure and listen on any of the podcast platforms that your little heart desires.
Like and subscribe because we like and subscribe back.
If you have questions, comments, email us info@cclawva.com.
Have a great week.
Thanks.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of What to Do When. For more episodes, be sure to subscribe to our podcast, and we encourage you to check our archives to listen to previous topics. Tune in next week for a new episode and some fresh perspective from Critzer Cardani.